I thought that the game was quite entertaining when you got to play the game. I want to emphasize that when you got to play the game, it was actually quite entertaining. As when you were playing the game, I think it's a common platformer. It wasn't the most innovative way to play, but I actually had a lot of fun with the reason why I had fun with it is because when you're playing the game and then there are a few things like when you bump and then the game ends automatically. Nice. So basically this game ends up, how to say, like when you're running around and you jump on things, for example, and you hit your head. When you do that, I'm gonna put some backgrounds in here. But when you're running around and you're hitting your head, for example, at that point you actually do get a little bit of like the character says ouch, or there are situations when you're running around and you're doing things and there's a small minor jokes that I thought was really, really fun. So in that situation, I really like the game in that way. The mechanics are very basic. You using WASD to move around, and then you using space to jump and double space, or you double jump but pressing space again, and then you shift to dash. So very simple mechanics. You use your mouse button, your left mouse button to shoot things, middle mouse button to switch weapons. Very simple, very basic. There are a few different weapons. I think I had like 6 or 7 different type of weapons, and I think that they were fine. They were not. I was kind of expecting more, as you could kind of get a lot of currency in the game. So I was expecting a little bit more out of the game, or out of the items there, or something. Story-wise, I think it's kind of a fun story. You are this little guy, a little square with eyes in a game, and you're trying to break the game so that you can escape the game, which is kind of fun. I like that kind of premise, and I played the game, Escape the Game, and that was really fun. I thought that was really fun. The major problem with this game that I have when I play through this is that there's so much talking, and so many times where I just sit there and listen to them talking or bickering and doing like there's dialogues and such. And I think it's just me that could not really like I when I play a game, I'm not here to watch a movie. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm here to try to play a game. I don't mind cutscenes. Cutscenes can be fun and nice, and to get a little bit more story into the game, I think that is cool. But like I said, just this whole situation of having to just sit and listen half of the game to a conversation that goes really slow, because like you see 2-3 words or 3-4 words maybe at a time, so you see so little of the sentence that you cannot even, like, you're forced to read it slowly, and you're forced to listen to it very slow instead of having a little bit longer text, and you can like press to skip it if you want to and move on with the story. And I think that is the major issue that I had with the game, is that it's, as much as the story is fun and interesting, and I like that they have some comical like aspects to the game, I felt like you lose the comic, like you lose the jokes, because it's just so slow, because there are the conversations are so slow, and there's this bickering, and they had a few jokes that could have been really fun and delivered much better and be really, really hilarious. But because the way that they are describing this, like how slow it goes with all of the discussions, I felt like I lost the comedy in it, because I just couldn't bear sitting there reading. And basically, like, there was one time where I looked at the clock and it took 7 minutes, or in 7 minutes I could move my character half of the screen. That was as much as I could move my character for 7 minutes. And I don't see that as entertaining gameplay. I don't see that as entertaining enough for me to feel like during the playthrough too, I also gave a little bit of suggestions. I think that it would be nice to, when you are playing the game, to get dialogue options. And in that way, you're still going to be invested in the game. You're still going to have to actively choose to move forward, which would have given a more of a sense that I am in control, even though we would have ended in the same situation in the end. I think that by having just these long texts where I just sit and read and wait for the game to decide when it's time for me to continue reading the next part of the sentence, I felt that could have been a little bit better. I am actually going to give this game a 5 out of 10, just because the extreme lack of the extreme boredom that I felt playing it because of these dialogue decisions that they made. I'm giving it more, like, based on that, I would have given it quite a low score, but based on the entertainment when I actually got to play, I felt like it's okay. And I think that maybe other people that likes to have these kind of dialogues would have enjoyed this better than I did. And I think, like I said, the jokes could have been much more fun, because some of them would have been jokes that I would have laughed at if it would have been delivered a little bit better. But yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because it's not a bad game. There's not many bugs, and they're trying, and there are some jokes that are a little bit funny. Like I said, when you're playing the game and you see some things, I think it's kind of fun. But yeah, I don't see this as a bad game. It's just, it's not as entertaining as I would have wanted it to be. So 5 out of 10. I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it, then, well, you're just gonna have to watch me dance awkwardly once again.